Welcome, welcome to day one of the 5-day Prep Your Child for College in 5 days. It's a challenge. Okay. So this is day one. There was an email that went out earlier. Okay. That was step one. And you had an action step in there, something that I wanted you to do. And not only am I asking you to kind of go through these action steps, but I'm also demonstrating. What a great teacher, modeling what you want the class to do. So I have my able assistant,
Hello.
one of the college savvy kids. Now, last night, you may have seen I had another one of the college savvy kids doing some work. And I must admit that she is a little less reluctant to come on camera than this guy. So I really appreciate this fella getting on the camera with me. So I want to welcome you to day one of the Prep Your Child for College in 5 days, this challenge. Now, the purpose of this is to make sure that you know where to start so that you can kind of take some of the overwhelm, some of the frustration, some of the absolute chaos that you have in your mind. You want to definitely kind of take that off your plate. So that's what I'm here. I'm going to give you bite-sized morsels. And I'm sorry, I know he's hungry. So I know I said bite-sized morsels of information that you can use to get your child closer to college. Now, I have here a 7th grader who I'm going to demonstrate day one with. And day one is get curious. It's get curious. And we're going to talk a little bit about that because it's important. Sometimes some of the problems that I see when I work with families, it comes from miscommunication. It comes from assuming. It comes from, not really connecting with your child, maybe going by what they were interested in and what they said 5 years ago. But you have to update that. You have to get into the swing of things. So I have my trusty assistant here who's going to help me demonstrate what I ask you all to do today, which is to get curious. But before I begin, I need your help. I need your help. I want you to share this broadcast. I want you to share. I want you to share it with your cousin. I want you to share it with your neighbor. I want you to share it with Cheryl and them. I want you to share it with anyone you know who has a child college bound and may need some help, some direction, some assistance. Is that a deal? Deal. Is that a deal?
Deal.
Oh, okay, he's so through. But too bad. So now, let's talk about day one. Day one for the college prep challenge is to get curious. Now, we as parents, I know we know everything. We know everything. We are all knowing. We are just definitely kind of in the know when it comes to all the college stuff. Okay, just kidding. Actually, as parents, it's our job to kind of connect with our kids to make sure that we are starting off on the same accord. What I often see as a college savvy coach, I see 11th graders and 12th graders with their, you can only share with current members of the group, Monique. Here's the deal, child. Share it with them. Oh, you should invite people to join the challenge. So what you can do is you can ask people to join, say, hey, there's a great free college challenge. Ask them to go to bit.ly/college challenge. And then also, if they ask to join the group, I will let them in. I'm inclusive. That is what I do. Right, Vaughn?
Yes.
Okay, so thanks, Monique, for that tip, though. Very nice. So here's the deal. We're going to get curious, and I'm going to use my assistant right here. There are 3 questions that I ask you to touch base with your child on. And I will let you know, ladies and gentlemen, I have not prepared this child ahead of time. So let's hope if that we get a good result. Okay, so the first question that I want you to ask your child, I want you to touch base with him or her on is, what are your career goals? Now, we often rely on what they told us when they were 8. Remember, they wanted to be an astronaut, and then when they were 3, they wanted to be a firefighter. But when's the last time we asked? Did we ask our 12-year-old kind of what do you want to be? What are your career goals? Where do you see yourself in the future? Vaughn?
I don't see myself having a job being
Well, hold on. Let's stop right there. That's very important. I see you having a job too, because I am not going to be supporting you. But okay, go ahead. Continue, huh?
I don't see myself having a job being a electrical engineer.
An electrical engineer. Okay, very interesting. Now, you're going to be tempted to go in deeper with this, but I tell you what, hold up. Don't do that, because that's going to be part of tomorrow's challenge. Remember, I told you just bite-sized pieces. Now, here's something I also want to tell you about this piece as well. Withhold judgment. Now, if my son says, hey, Mom, I want to be let's say when my daughter, she says, I want to be a YouTuber. So instead of saying, YouTuber, you can't make any money that way, that's crazy. No, we're going to reserve judgment. And then tomorrow's task, I'll give you a sneak preview. What you're going to do is you're going to research what an electrical engineer does. So, because sometimes our children kind of hear things, maybe they know someone who's done a job or know someone who's in a career, they have no idea what it is. So that's the first question. Let's go to the second question, son. What college do you hope to attend? This is also a very interesting one. So, son?
I would like to go to Stanford or MIT.
Okay, Stanford or MIT. Very interesting. So, I will need to save a lot of money, or he's going to have to make sure his grades stay straight A's, right? Because those are 2 very competitive schools and very hard to get into. But again, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is very interesting. I'm writing all of this down as well. Okay, Stanford, MIT, also electrical engineering. All right, cool. Now, the last question I have for you, son, is, what classes in school are the most helpful in assisting you to reach your future goals? So, you told me that you want to be an engineer. You told me Stanford or MIT. What classes do you think are the most important for you right now to reach those goals?
I would say technology classes, science classes, and maybe math.
Math? Okay. I would say I'll go ahead and go on a limb and say definitely math. So, parents, this is a time for you to, again, match up what your child says they want to do and kind of what you've seen. So if you have a child who says, I want to be a doctor, and they have straight F's in biology, then that's a conversation that you may need to reconcile before you get to senior year. So those are the types of things that I want you to listen out for. So see, that was painless, right? That was painless for him, and I think I might even let him off the hook for the rest of the week. That's good. I may get my 9-year-old in here, but that will be scary for me. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to thank Mr. Vaughn Knight Thank you. And I also wanted to open up the floor for any questions. Again, this is just an introduction, a preview of the types of kind of assignments you'll be doing in order to get your mind wrapped around the idea that your child will be going to college soon. Soon. This one in 5 years is going to be a senior, and he's going to be out of my house, stepping. So either he'll be going to Massachusetts
Or California.
or California. So, let's start packing now. Okay, so those are the types of things I want you to touch base with your child on. And tomorrow, as I said before, I gave you a little sneak preview. You're going to do a little bit of research on, or if you're smart, you have your child do the research to find out what's involved in getting into these schools, in pursuing that type of career. So I don't see any questions coming across the screen. So I'm going to shut it down for tonight and say thank you so much for those of you all who are here live. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Those of you all who are not here, but you're watching the replay, again, make sure that you invite other people to join the challenge. Tell them to go to bit.ly/college check. That was funny. bit.ly/college challenge. Make sure the C's are capital because the bit links are really picky, right? So that's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to put day 1 in the books. Slam it. Slam the book shut. Okay, thank you. So this is Sia Knight, the College Savvy Coach, along with
Vaughn Knight,
and we're
Savvy Kid.
College Savvy Kid. And we would like to say until next time, stay savvy. Bye-bye, everyone.